Alright, good afternoon everyone. I'm going to start just doing some videos on the watch lists, um, basically explaining how they went, whether they were good, whether they were bad, whether there's something that I need to work on. So, first pick here, I knew this one, I put this as my number one pick. I knew this was going to be a great play today, which is going to be Twitter. So if we're going to jump over here and take a look at Twitter, just to show you kind of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this pre-market area from the 11th of April. And then I saw yesterday, before close, we were kind of sitting right there as well. So basically, if I wasn't setting up my watch list with a structure, I would have just bought calls or shares right at the open or even pre-market. But we ended up longing these calls at 45.50-ish. I was in before then, but yeah, so basically we're going to draw this line right here. Once we broke over this area, take some calls and rode this up close to $1. So this was a really nice play. It was almost stress-free, just knowing that this support was right here. Something else to kind of keep a note of, just for the next few days, we do snap below 44.50. This is going to start its gap fill back down to 39 on Twitter. Next up, we're going to have AMD. Kind of a weird one today. We're doing calls over 96, puts under 94.50. I kind of specified that 94.50 would create a lower low. So I didn't think that was going to happen today. So basically, we have our pop at the open. We start our position long. Then about 20 minutes, you got $1 in profit. And then I actually stopped out of my calls right around here, and then rebought them once I saw it bounced off of the 34.50 EMA cloud. So I ended up riding those up for a good 20 minutes for a nice profit here on AMD. Going into tomorrow, I basically would love to see a nice pop above the 98 area with some strength. I think that we have, we still have room here to go up, but there's not much stopping it besides these wicks at the top from today. But tomorrow's going to be a whole new day. You'd like to see AMD gap up pre-market. Obviously on AMD, the biggest thing is going to be the 100 area. There was some crazy support, so now it's just going to be some extremely tough resistance. Alright, on NVIDIA, we're taking calls over 218, puts under 215. So when I make the watch list, I like for the candle to close, right? So my big thing here is I want the candle to close to kind of show the continuation. So over 218, which was right here, we're longing the stock. We got to about 221.20, and then we had a minor pullback with a nice bounce off the MA9 and the 34.50 EMA cloud. Other than that, small bull flag here, and then just pretty much a slow grind throughout the rest of the day. I think volume was a bit lower today, so NVIDIA is always a good one to trade. I like to trade it in like 5 to 10 minutes. I don't like to be in any longer than that because it is just such a volatile stock. All right, then we've got Apple. So Apple's one that we play every single day in the Discord. This one was an absolute banger today. It was just absurd how amazing this play was. So what we're gonna do here is we've got our 167 area. I called out 167 because if you drag it around here, you can see that was an area where the stock is going to bounce. Yesterday's low is a really good indicator to show the bottom. So this one was similar to Twitter, as in I was pretty confident we were going to be longing it. So, anyways, we went with 168.50. We're going to take those calls. So yeah, we jump right over 168.50. About an hour or so into the day, we kind of retrace and then we bounce back up to 171. Like I said, another stress-free trade. You're using the EMA cloud as your support and resistance, your risk. So as long as it's not falling through that, I would say that's keeping you in the position for max profit. One thing to note, some pretty strong topping at 171. So that's just going to be an area that we're going to have to get over tomorrow. So yeah, we'll play that. We'll play that tomorrow. That resistance. And the final one was Lucid. So this one, I'm not too sure. It's a stock that doesn't move that much. So this was kind of just like a lotto play. When a lot of volume does come into it, it tends to move pretty quickly. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's really a winner or a loser here on Lucid. Some other key plays. So if you're looking to play AMD or NVDA and you don't want to spend that much on a contract, we got MU. So MU is another one that's going to follow the NASDAQ, the QQQ. So that's a good one. And then just something to take away from the last few weeks is that Lulu is just looking extremely strong. So I'm going to start looking at Lulu, try and learn it a bit better, and hopefully put it on the watch list. And then last but not least, Soxel. This is another one that's going to be similar to MU. So MU, AMD, NVIDIA, they're going to trade similar. Soxel is just semiconductor that will pretty much follow the QQQ and all the semiconductor stocks. So yeah, that's the update for today. It was nice to get a good, consistent green day, and hopefully it will continue into next week. Alrighty, you all have a good night, and we will regroup tomorrow.